Yes, we were on location, slamming cuts, Stafford, Virginia. The owner, John Bratcher, and his crew. When I tell you they got live, they got live. But it wasn't too much for you, girl. Stay tuned.
Don't always support the swirl. You know
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
We feel excluded from the swirl. Tonight, we are going to talk about interracial dating, or why are you exclusively choosing another race other than your own? So interracial dating, we know that everybody has preferences, but what I have found out, and I've done a study over the last 2 months, is that African American sisters want to know why y'all not choosing us. So let me ask these questions. Has anybody, barbers or not, have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
All right.
No.
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 Nah, never did. Sorry to hear that, fellas.
Okay.
I just finished telling him this about 15 minutes earlier. I like who like me. So
Okay.
It's not no preference or anything like that. You got some sense and can have a conversation.
And if they like you.
And if they like me, then I can consider liking you.
Okay. So there is nothing that's off limits.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
What do you mean? Like,
So
as far
I'm
as
saying-
race?
Yeah, as far as race. So if she's
I
Chinese,
can say
Japanese, Asian,
certain
if
things-
she's Spanish.
Certain things will make me, have a little bit more drawback than
Okay.
others, but nah, there's not no, nah.
Okay. So Dominique said yes, he's dated outside his race. Paul, have you dated outside of your race?
Yeah, Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a need to tell us what race it was?
No, just it's the only one.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
she wasn't no better than anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Sir, would you like to chime in? Have you dated outside of your race?
No, I have not.
Do you plan to?
No, I'm already married.
Okay. Look at that. And is your wife a sister?
Yes, she is.
All right. Look at that.
And with that, my mom remarried to a white person.
Okay.
So, and that was for 15 years before he passed away. So
Okay.
my influence had nothing to do of other people. My mom never influenced me. Hey, you should try to date outside your race or anything.
Okay.
It's just always been my preference. And living across in Germany,
Okay.
it's always been my preference to date a sister.
Okay.
So,
Let me ask you a question. So he said it's always been his preference to date a sister. He done been in Germany and everything, and the sister did it for him, and he is married, happily married to a sister. Let me ask you, when you are at restaurants, do you see that there looks as if the black couple is extinct? Do you see that other than you and your wife, a lot of other black couples are there, or are they interracial?
it depends on where I have gone out to eat.
Okay.
I think geographically it plays a big difference, because in some cities you're going to see something different more than you will others.
Okay.
I remember at one time, like Fredericksburg, you go to a lot of these restaurants, you might see those demographics. Then Stafford, it might change.
Okay.
And in Woodbridge,
Okay.
it'll change.
Okay.
So I think demographics plays a
Where
big
you are.
part
Okay.
of where that is, but I have seen that.
So Paul and Dominique, when you all were out with your interracial dates, did you get stares from black women?
See, the sisters don't always support the swirl. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
We feel excluded from the swirl.
I've had women tell me, you know what I'm saying, they don't know why.
I'm sorry, say that
I
again.
said, I've had women tell me my ex-wife was like half white. You know, if you look at her, she looked, I don't know, they all say she looks Spanish or whatever, but
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, Dad. So, but I mean, I never really, I don't know, I don't even think about it.
Okay. So we gonna come back here to a gentleman, a barber, Jason, who says, you know, no, he doesn't have to have a combination flower. He, you know, likes it. You know, he likes chocolate. It may be milk chocolate, it may be dark chocolate, but it's chocolate.
That's my preference.
That's your preference.
That's my preference.
Why do you have a preference for black women?
I guess because that's what I was raised around. Where I'm from, it's real segregated. So
Okay.
that's all I was with. Like I heard him say something about being geographical, and I think that's really what it boils down to.
Okay.
is
So
geography.
you think you would be more apt to date outside of your race if that was what you were used to in you growing up?
If I saw more of
If
it,
you
yeah.
saw it more of it, you would think that it would be more acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
Anyway, but
All right, so young man, let me ask you. You didn't think I was gonna come to you, huh? Nobody is exempt in here, I'm just saying. So, being that you are younger, living in today's society, not really that, you know, a taboo of not dating outside of your race, do you find other races interesting? Would you date other races?
Yes.
You would? Any particular reason why?
I mean, if they cute, then yeah, cute.
All they gotta be is cute. If you cute and they gotta have two legs. Cause I'm saying she may be cute and she may have one. I'm just saying. So cute, two legs. What else is the criteria? Tell me about it. I'm gonna ask your friend, cause he, you know, trying to act like it ain't gonna come to him. All right, so I'm thinking you gonna date as well. You don't have it. You're not only gonna date black women. You'll date white women, Hispanics, Chinese. It don't even matter. And what is the characteristic? She has to be what?
She gotta have a good personality. She can't be real ghetto-fied.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Have you ever met a ghetto-fied Chinese girl?
No.
Okay. Ghetto-fied Indian? No. So when you say ghetto-fied, so that has a actual connotation that it's either going to be a certain race that normally is umbrellaed under ghetto-fied. What race would that be?
I mean, it's multiple races though. I met like some white girls.
Okay. So we got some ghetto-fied white girls.
Yeah. they
I'm
be
glad to
trying
hear that because I feel good. I feel good about that now.
They be acting though.
Oh, they be trying to act like that.
Yeah.
Okay, because ghetto-fied for some reason now is in. It's popular.
No, it's not popular at all.
Okay. It would have to be a reason. Maybe
just think it's cool.
they think it's going to attract you.
Yeah.
That's what that is. They like this. These some cute little boys here. If I act a little ghetto-fied, they may think I might be part sister. Is that what that is?
I guess.
We already, when we raised, we already raised on to think one way or another. Like when I say, what's the opposite of red? You gonna think blue. So
Absolutely.
just we was already taught this before we was even thinking.
Okay.
So that's all it is, just a social get down.
So with the social get down, you do date outside of your race.
Depends on definition of date.
Okay. So you know, I don't have Webster's right in front of me. So you tell me what dating is to you. You know, try to keep it as clean as, you know, we want to make it PG.
I would say there's young ears in here, but dating to me would be strictly manifest.
Manifest.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying manifest.
You say it went over.
Yeah, it's just like up and
Raise
through.
your hand so you can catch it.
Okay, so manifest means we can do whatever, we just not getting married.
Coitus. I believe that.
Say that again.
Coitus.
Okay. So, in your preference of dating all different types of races, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. What is your experience with each woman? Did you have a better experience with one than the other?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Can't say that. Because that was false.
All right, so tell me about it, Dominique.
About the differences?
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
really no real difference. You pretty much gravitate to the same type of person. You're not gonna get, in my experience, two totally different type of people. Like somebody that, I don't want nobody that smokes. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna ever be with nobody that smokes. It's
Okay.
not gonna be,
So
you know what
you're
I'm saying?
telling me that really
So,
each woman is the same, she's just colored different? I don't believe that. I need
that's
somebody
what I
else to
said.
speak to
Hold on.
that.
That's what I said. Hold on.
But I mean, you're saying, hey, she doesn't smoke, so she may be a Crayola,
Well, no,
evergreen.
that was just one. That was just
Okay.
one specific.
So tell me.
So it comes down to it's going to be different for everybody.
Okay.
You're not the same as her. She ain't the same as her. I'm not the same as him. So it's all going to be individual specifics
Right,
that's
but
going to draw
I
you
can
to that
only
person.
say that I've only dated within my race. And so there is a commonality still that goes along with black men. I can say. So my question is for someone who has, had a combination platter, was there any combination that you liked a little bit better? Is it something different in your experience? Is it something different in regard to the woman?
We talking about the inside or the outside? I'm just trying to be specific here.
Wait a minute. When we talk about the inside, what you
Is that okay? That's because I could have easily said I like long, curly type of hair. Like
Right.
that would be an outside.
Right, I was doing X. Right. I was, because John was just not sure where you was going with this. When you said inside, I think he thought you was kind of like soul searching. I'm not sure, like was her soul right? Okay. Calm down, though. He's talking about physical look.
Yeah, that's all I'm talking
He's
about.
saying, do you like her hair long? Do you like it short? Do you like it natural? Do you like a bone in her nose? Do you like, what you like?
Right. That's what I was.
Okay. So my question is, but there has to be something that was different other than cosmetic. You don't
I mean,
think?
if you're just asking in general, I mean, how much money they make, where they live, all of that. But
Okay.
the color doesn't come into
To play.
for
So
me.
I want to talk to somebody who has dated a white woman, Chinese woman, Arabic, whoever, outside of their race, and can tell me what were some of the differences between those women. That's all I'm saying. He said sisters are not being picked because they, first of all, need to act like sisters.
No knowledge yourself. So if you don't love
Knowledge yourself.
If you don't love you, why would I?
Okay. So you feel that there's a disconnect with sisters not loving themselves. Now, can you explain or elaborate a little bit on this for me, young lady? Because this is going to get deep.
It's supposed to. But it's a cultural divide.
Start with the beauty supply store.
Thank you.
Yes.
You talk like you were speaking earlier about, like, say for instance, black men choosing white women.
Okay.
Like, I'd rather go get an authentic white woman than get a black version of it.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about that, because the reason why I want you to really express this is because
Oh, it was gonna happen.
and the reason why is because I said something like this at a round table, right? And the sisters thought I was attacking them, right? And I was saying, you know, the thing about it is, like Dominic was saying, let's talk about the beauty supply store. Like, if you are never who you represent to be, like your hair, now granted, you know, my hair did not grow blonde. I know y'all might be shocked. But this mine. Right? My whole thing is, when everything about you does not represent who you are, then therefore I don't have a clear view to who you believe that you are. So that's what you're saying. You're saying you're not authentic.
No.
Okay.
If you coming to me with a disguise on, why would I feel like you are anything but that? Question. Because you lying from the rip.
Okay. We got a question?
Answer.
What's the question?
When women, you know, come out, no makeup, hair afro, you know, maybe you got a skinny chick, she might got a plump butt, but she ain't all these extra Nicki Minaj walking. Black men are not looking at us. Or I can't find it.
We do.
I can't find it. I go to work every day. Well, I like to know why a majority, you know, because I don't.
We see you.
Well, okay, then why is there no approach? Why aren't you not walking up to your women and maybe if you saying that we are not authentic, right?
I'm saying this certain section.
What section?
They don't love themselves. And it reflects in how they view themselves and how they present themselves to other people.
But we have both been beat up for years. Like, give me a chance to heal. I mean, it goes back to your ancestral roots. I mean, we got it worse too.
I feel that once you understand something is wrong, you don't continue.
But aren't you supposed to be the leader as black men? Aren't y'all leaders?
I don't think the black man is the leader.
Check this out.
Go ahead.
We both lead and come together as one.
That's it.
We don't. I don't lead you. You don't lead me. We work together. It takes a man and a woman to make a baby, right? That's the Holy Trinity.
But then you gotta give us a chance. Why are you not giving us a
We gotta give
chance?
each other a chance. You just said something that's extremely false, and you see the reaction you got.
I think.
I don't think it's extremely false though,
You got
because
brothers that got all this stuff and don't let themselves.
But the reason
think
why
it's
I'm saying it's not
extremely
false
false.
because there's a lot of men that don't love themselves. So we are shortage. It's a 3-to-1 ratio here in America. So I don't, and we got, you know, we don't, yes, it's more than that. So that's why women tend to share.
It's 7-to-1.
Hey, look, why can't I get a tall woman? Shoot. I want a tall woman. I want my baby talking about the average height. Shoot. I can't get a tall woman.
so she can be, well hold on. Then we talk about she gotta be tall. Is she gonna be black and tall? White and tall?
Whatever I want her to be, just make it happen.
So, wait a minute though. So, a question was asked,
Yes.
and the women were, and the men was like, "What? We looking at y'all? Yes,
Check this out. Look
tell me.
at what's our girl on Black Panther? Lupita.
Yes.
Yes,
She is natural. She is her. She is what she is.
yes.
And
But
she
if
was born.
Lapita was at McDonald's,
Okay,
you
so
wouldn't be
you're
looking at her.
No, you're If she was at a McDonald's ball like that, y'all wouldn't have not approached.
The problem is most of you all are mad at it because it's the way you do yourself. You don't come out the house with your hair nappy and your face beat up. You know, you got to put your makeup on, do yourself right. You know what I mean? You're gonna do yourself justice. That's what I tell you. I got all my kids are cut their hair, almost all of them. My daughter has had a transplant with bald.
Right.
And she wear and I come to work one day in here to the barber shop and was looking at wrinkled t-shirt, wrinkled sweatpants. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? You don't do that as a woman. Don't you ever leave out the house like that. But you have a short haircut, one. Number two, you come into a barber shop. Number three, you never leave the house like that as a black woman.
Absolutely.
Because you never know who you're gonna meet. But of course, there's nobody teaching our kids culture because the question that you asked originally goes a lot deeper than that.
You can't
It goes a lot
me.
deeper than either all the superficial stuff y'all talking about, looks and all those other things.
Well, I wanna
It goes
talk
a lot
about
deeper than that because of course we have been for generations taught to hate each other.
Correct.
So it's coming to fruition. That's all you're seeing now, to where a black man can't sit and talk to his black woman because he doesn't give her the patience that he would give his white woman. Because he wants her to give her understanding. He has the time because she doesn't know, but he thinks you know automatically. You better know. My mom is black. You know, but you don't know.
Right.
And he doesn't know because of course our parents haven't taught us.
Right.
their grandkids, grandparents haven't taught them,
Absolutely.
and it goes back and gets worse and worse and worse. And the further we get down in our generations, it keeps getting worse. Of course,
Okay.
until we start catching ourselves and teaching ourselves who we are first and foremost. I don't care if it's interracial dating. You got a black kid there now. Now you have a black kid there. Teach that kid his history. Because if you do that, you'll stop all of that.
Right.
Because every other culture, when they might not want to hear this, every other culture and every other race on this planet values their culture and values their race.
Right.
And values their people.
Okay. And they do.
Except us.
Accept us. Everybody accept
white people,
us.
you can ask this woman here, you can ask their mother and father. Ask them, do they want a black child? Ask them, do they want a black grandchild? Ask them, do they want a black great-grandchild? The answer is always going to be no, because they want to preserve their race.
Exactly.
Spanish is going to say the same thing. Chinese is going to say the same thing. Everybody's going to say the exact same thing. But
Right.
where we get is we've been taught to be multicultural
Yes.
and get along.
And it's
And let it all
wrong to
happen.
say,
And guess what?
I just want to have a black man and
And
be
when
a
you
black
do that-
woman and have black kids, because something wrong with it. Then
But
it's like, why are you discriminating?
much. You're too much.
I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying, when I said earlier, there's a common denominator that runs through every black man.
So how do we change that then? That's my
Education.
question.
Education. Consciousness.
Is it
we need to count
education
out.
or do we need to teach each other? Like I
That's
said, this
education.
is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because we need the real deal. Like, I am so glad that somebody said, hey, I'm not, the reason why black men ain't choosing black women because you're not authentic. You're not even trying to look like who you were, but the perception is, and y'all can be real, because you know the last 15 years, dark-skinned dudes that came in style. It is at this point that dark-skinned men have come in style, and I'm not saying that light-skinned brothers will ever go out of style. But what I'm saying is, 1990, if you want light and it was curly hair, you want it. It was a problem. But we don't now have the same respect. When is the dark-skinned sister gonna come in style? They have not been in style. Are you serious? We're not talking about one person that was allowed to be on the TV in the 70s. We're not talking about her. Right, because that's the only one. How many of y'all had a poster of Grace Jones up?
Grace Jones.
Come on. No. Wait a minute. No, listen. We have to talk about what's real. He said Pam Grier. That's one person in the 70s. We don't have a list of them.
My man Paul can vouch. I used to like Grace Jones.
You the only one, brother, because your mama was only allowed you to have Grace Jones up. We already talked about that earlier. His mama would only allow him to have Grace Jones. That's the only reason why Grace Jones was up. He really, I'm just saying, let's be real. Come on now.
Give it all up on the first date, did you? You know I'm not that type of girl. You gotta stay tuned. There's gonna be more episodes. You're gonna love it. Don't forget, every Wednesday, something will drop. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Until next time, sip on this.